How's everyone doing? Today I have a Blu-ray collection update with 8 pickups. And if you've seen any of these movies, definitely let me know what you think of them and let me know what is your favorite from this lot right here. And I've seen all of these movies except for the first one. But some of these ones I haven't seen in ages, so I am going to be watching them again, revisiting them, and checking out the transfers. And once I do that, I will do a separate video in the future going more in depth on each one of these titles, but I figured I'd go ahead and do a quick collection update video because I got all these in, and be a cool video to show them all off at once. And yeah, I'm excited to check out some of these ones. Like I said before, I haven't seen some of them in forever, and some of these companies that are handling them are just excellent companies, so I'm really looking forward to what they did with the transfer, special features, everything like that. And sometimes when you haven't seen a movie in a while and you watch it again and you get a new transfer, it's like watching a whole new movie. I remember seeing movies on VHS and then watching them on Blu-ray. I hadn't seen them since I was a kid, and it just blew me away in how great it looks, so I'm really excited. But first up is the one movie that I haven't seen, and I heard a lot of praise for it. It's Ready Player One from Steven Spielberg. And let me know what your favorite Steven Spielberg movie is. I guess this is set in the future, 2045, and there's this virtual reality game called Oasis. And I guess when the creator passes away, he said he's going to leave his entire fortune, his immense fortune, to whoever finds the digital Easter egg in the game. So the one guy in here, the lead guy, is, obviously he's going to look for it, and then we follow his character, Ty Sheridan, really good young actor, and from what I've heard, there's just a ton of like 80s pop culture references, sci-fi, fantasy, action kind of movie. So it sounds like something I would enjoy. I like all of that, all those themes, and Steven Spielberg as well. So this is from Warner Brothers. It's their 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray Digital HD combo pack. And again, like I said, once I view this one, I'll do a review for it. I have watched Rampage, and I enjoyed this one. This one seemed to get some criticism, and I thought it was a really fun ride. I remember the old Rampage arcade game, and I think they did a great job adapting this to the screen. You know what you're getting yourself into with this movie. It's a creature feature, essentially. It's very reminiscent of King Kong. You've got him destroying the one tower at the end, and I love the other monsters too. There's some really cool scenes in here. This is just a really fun action thrill ride. The Rock and then the creatures, especially George, carry this movie for sure. There's a few other recognizable people in here. I really like, I'm trying to remember, Malin Ackerman. She was great as the villainous character. I kind of wish they utilized her a little bit more. Jeffrey Dean Morgan, he's playing the same role, kind of like a Negan-esque, but with a suit, essentially. At least in the beginning, it seemed that way, but he kind of transforms. But I really like him. He's been around for forever, but I remember seeing him in The Watchmen and really enjoying him back then, so it's great to see him getting, even more popular now and getting all these different roles. But the actress in here, Naomi Harris, I thought she was just okay. I think they needed I like her as an actress, but I feel like she didn't have quite the charisma to match The Rock. And I felt like they needed another actress to kind of, carry some of the load of the storytelling and plot, because, I felt like that was one of the, if I'm going to criticize, that was one of my, criticisms for the movie. But I think it's just a fun action thrill ride, giant monsters, some CG effects. I thought they still looked great, though. And I loved the ending. I love how everything comes together. I just, like I said, you know what you're getting yourself into for these kind of movies. I enjoyed it more than Kong Skull Island. But I thought it was a fun time, and the 4K Ultra HD I thought looked amazing, especially the HDR, so I would definitely recommend this if you were a fan of the film. The 4K Ultra HD release was amazing for me. Next up is, this is top 3 favorite movies of the year so far for me. You Were Never Really Here. This one blew me away. It's gritty, it's dark, especially by the end, you're not sure what's actually real and what isn't, and I love those kind of psychological elements going on. I wish there was some special features on here, especially like commentary from the director. I would have liked to have, or some kind of interviews to hear her talk about that. This is from, directed by Lynn Ramsey, very talented director. And Joaquin Phoenix was amazing in this role. He was made for this role. He's this guy named Joe who, his job basically is to find missing girls and to basically save them. And he has this one job where he's trying to find this missing girl, and he kind of gets into a bigger case happening with government officials, and his life gets turned upside down, and it's just very grim, very dark, some really dark imagery. He has these flashbacks all throughout the movie, so you kind of get an idea that his life has been pretty terrible. And he has this bond with the girl, and by the end of the movie, there was a scene that was like, you know, you can kind of delve into it psychologically and kind of make kind of different ideas of what's really happening, what isn't, is it all in his mind, all this stuff that, you know, there's possibilities there. But again, I really enjoy the heck out of it. It's a darker theme movie. It might not be for everybody. There's certain things that, you know, some people might not like, especially the story itself is, you know, it deals with some controversial things. But I thought it was an amazing performance from Joaquin Phoenix, and I really like the directing here too. And I just like the psychological elements and just the darkness of it. I like darker themed movies, depressing movies. So for me, one of the better movies of the year so far. But again, it's not going to be for everybody. Next up is A Quiet Place. I really enjoyed the heck out of this one as well. This is the Steelbook for it. I did a unboxing review for the 4K Ultra HD release already on my channel, and I gave away 2 copies for the 4K Ultra HD release. And this one I want to say too, You Were Never Really Here was from Lionsgate. This one is from Paramount, Quiet Place, and this is the Best Buy exclusive Steelbook. I'm going to do an unboxing review for this. It has really nice embossing on the front too. And for me, this was one of the better horror movies of recent, and a really good PG-13 horror that doesn't really necessarily rely on the gore or anything like that. It relies more on the suspense, the build-up, and the atmosphere, which it has in spades. I think the creature effects look good, and you feel connected to the characters. And again, Emily Blunt and John Krasinski are married in real life, so you definitely feel that connection there. And again, the whole idea of it, A Quiet Place, these monsters are basically attracted to any kind of noise, so they don't really talk. They sign through most of the movie. There's a portion of the movie towards the very end where they talk. But yeah, so it's all about them being quiet, not to attract these monsters. I just thought it was a really cool idea, and John Krasinski did a great job directing. I think he's you know, competent in that, and kind of being an actor and doing a director, he kind of brought his experiences with that, and I think he did an excellent job. Great release too for the 4K Ultra HD. The Blu-ray is really strong as well, so a really good release overall and a really good film. And I'm going to be doing an unboxing for this Steelbook coming up soon, Best Buy exclusive. Next up from Lionsgate, part of their Vestron Video Collector Series line, the recent ones, Beyond Reanimator and Dagon. It's like Dragon, but without the R. I remember seeing this one, but it's been so long. I remember there's this couple and their yacht like crashes, and they go to like this like remote fishing village, and everybody's kind of like hiding in their houses, and there's like some people creeping on the streets. And I remember there's like these weird creepy fish people. I'm not 100% sure if I remember this correctly or not, but I seem to remember there's a scene where somebody gets like their face peeled off or something like that, like cut the skin, almost like Leatherface-esque. But yeah, it's been so long since I've seen it, but I remember this one having just tons of atmosphere. I love like the fishing town, and this is a H.P. Lovecraft adaptation. I love the artwork for that one. Just awesome looking artwork, and I'll just go ahead and show you real quick. It's got the blue case right there, recyclable case, disc artwork, and again, for these Vestron Video ones, this is the 16th in the series. So if you collect them all, you can line them up. The spines right there. The only one that I wasn't a fan of was Parents. So that was like the only movie I didn't enjoy. I mean, it's funny because I remember watching Parents when I was a kid, and I remember enjoying it, but now watching it, I was not a fan. So pretty much loved everything, all the movie choices and the releases as well. So there you go, Dagon. And I'm excited to revisit that one because, again, I remember it being creepy, atmospheric. And then Beyond Reanimator, it's been a while too. Vaguely remember this. He's in prison, Herbert West, and he's working on rats. In fact, they even have a little rat right there. You can see that. So that's pretty cool. And I remember there was like a hot reporter chick in here too, and there were some creepy cellmates. So yeah, I'm just looking forward to revisiting this one too. It's been a long time, but I definitely enjoy. This is from I remember enjoying it. Brian Yuzna, right there, and then this is another recyclable case and the artwork. But I'm so happy that this line exists, the Vestron Video Collector Series, for certain movies that I never thought would get a Blu-ray release. So I'm very happy. I want to see more of these releases too. Can't wait to see what they put out next. And from Criterion Collection is Bull Durham, which I love this one of my favorite baseball movies. Let me know what your favorite baseball movie is. And let me know what your favorite sports movie is too. There's so many great ones out there. One that I always think is underrated and definitely needs a Blu-ray release is Don Cheadle in Rebound, The Legend of Earl the Goat Manigault. I rarely hear anybody, in fact, you know, I've never heard anybody mention that one besides myself. I talk about it a lot because it's one of my all-time favorites. Probably my second favorite behind Hoop Dreams, which also has a Criterion Collection release, which I need to pick up. I got rid of my DVD because I wanted to pick up the Blu-ray and I still haven't picked it up yet. But I digress. Bull Durham, a really good baseball movie. This was the directorial debut of Ron Shelton, and a really good cast here. Susan Sarandon, Kevin Costner, Tim Robbins. But yeah, I remember Kevin Costner was Crash. He was like the veteran catcher, and then Tim Robbins was the kind of like hotshot new pitcher, and then Susan Sarandon was, I think, hooking up with both of them, but she usually hooks up with like the new players, and there's a love triangle there, but it's a really good sports movie, and I'm looking forward. This is the director-approved edition right here, new restored 4K transfer. So I'm looking forward to revisiting this one. And actually, I'm going to keep my Blu-ray, because I have the Blu-ray where it has like the face plate, I guess what they call it. And it has like Susan Sarandon's legs right there with the socks and then the bat. I just thought that was a really cool looking one. So even though the artwork choice for that is excellent too, and I'm a fan of the movie, so, you know, collector problems, but it's got a nice booklet, and I like the baseball art design right there for the disc, so very nice. And Criterion Collection, another one of the best companies out there releasing. And next up from Lionsgate is Traffic with Paula Patton, Omar Epps. This is one that I'm kind of torn because I like a lot of it, but the ending left me wanted a little bit more. It's a darker theme movie. It has to do with sex trafficking. Basically, these two kind of go to this remote house that their friend lets them go to for the weekend, and then the friend and his girlfriend show up there. But before they even get there, these guys have a run-in with like these redneck bikers right there. And basically, she sees this woman in the bathroom who slips a satellite phone into her bag, and then she opens up the phone once they get to that, you know, really luxurious house that's secluded in the middle of the woods. She checks the phone out, and she sees all these pictures of women and like these locations. She figures out it's sex trafficking, so she calls the police. And there's one scene that right away you knew what was going to happen, especially with certain characters. Like, it's just so formulaic and predictable. That was one thing I was like, come on, you see that coming a mile away. But the ending, it was just, I have such a big, I don't want to spoil it, but I have such a big gripe with one aspect of the ending. I was just like, come on, that was just, it was just too, I don't want things to be, you have all this grittiness, you have all this dirtiness, they didn't cop out, and then the ending felt like a cop out to me. It was a little too watered down, but I thought it was some really good performances, especially from Paula Patton and Omar Epps. I'm a big fan of Omar Epps. I remember him from, you know, Juice, First Time Felon, which needs a Blu-ray release, Love and Basketball. He's been around for forever, but Paula Patton, she's been around for a long time too, and I really like her. She hasn't always been in the best movies, but I thought that she had a really strong performance here. She really shined, kind of a darker thriller, and she is stunning, and she seems to get better with age. But this is one, like I said, I was torn. I really liked a lot of the grittiness for it, but the ending just was something that just kind of still bothers me thinking about it. This also has Luke Goss. Yeah, Luke Goss was like one of the main bad guys in here, and he must have like 0% body fat, because you can see like the muscles on his neck. It looks like the anatomy body or anatomy dummy in like a doctor's office. Like, you see all of his muscles. I was like, oh, too much. But he plays a great villainous character. But yeah, Paula Patton, Omar Epps, awesome leads right there. But again, the ending, wanted a little bit more from it, and that's something that just, every time I think about it, just kind of bothers me a little bit. And certain characters were predictable, formulaic, but overall, still a good movie that I would say to check out. Yeah, it's a darker, grittier movie, but it works, except for the ending. But just criticism, you know. I nitpick here and there. Some people may be able to look past certain things. For me, they're just too glaring. But there you go. Those are the 8 pickups right there. If you've seen any of them, definitely let me know what you think of them. Let me know what your favorite is from this pickup. Let me know what your favorite Stephen King movie is, your favorite sports movie, your favorite baseball movie, your favorite H.P. Lovecraft adaptation, your favorite movie from the Vestron Video Collector series, your favorite movie of 2018 so far. Give me a top 3. I want to see, like, so far, like, there's 5 movies that would be in my top list. After that, it's just like, I can't see even putting the rest of the movies on a top 10 list. But every year I usually wait until like December because there's a lot of movies, international and limited releases that, you know, get wider releases over here that we can check out finally. So that's usually when I make my top 10 of the year list. But, you know, maybe I've missed some, so let me know what's on your list for the top movies of 2018 so far. And let me know what your favorite video game adaptation movie is too. I thought it was a good one for Rampage. It seemed to get a lot of criticism, but it, you know, it's self-aware. It knows what kind of movie it is, and it was a fun ride. And a great release though. The 4K Ultra HD release. As soon as I got it, because I liked the movie, as soon as I got it, I popped it and I was like, wanted to check it out. I was blown away by the stunning visuals for it. So I thought it looked immersive, incredible. I might do a standalone review for that one just because I was really blown away by the quality of that one. So there you go. Let me know. Leave me comments down below. Hope everyone's doing well. Take care.